Welcome to the seventh chapter of this series. We will start going through a few news items that I forgot to show one of them in the previous chapter, and others that had happened after and I saved as notes. The first one is this. There was an allocation message for Adu, and the difference of this with the others is that in this one I was not allowed to take part because his wages, his contract would make me go over the salary cap, and therefore I was not allowed to take part. Next is just merely that Katic has broken the league goal scoring record for the team, for Philadelphia. I think this I had already shown you in its moment. Now one news that has happened just after the last match, which is that Reo Cocker was one yellow card away from a suspension, but since he's been 3 games without receiving a yellow card, one of them has been removed as reward for good behavior. It only works for once per player per season, so he won't receive that reward again until the next season, but other players of the squad can get that reward. This is a note I made right at the start of the game. And finally, we have secured the playoff spot in the last match, but this is the spot that includes the first part in which the 4th and 5th team of each conference fight to be part of the last 8. We haven't yet got guaranteed to be top 3 and be in the playoffs without that prior round. The last episode was the match against Houston, as since then things have not gone very well, with 7 games and 3 losses, 1 draw and only 3 wins. I'm especially annoyed by this match. Look at the dates, and now look at the squad. If you saw before at the dates, you would have noticed that there was more than a week break between the San Jose match and the first Toronto match. During those days, nothing happened. Then, in the first game against Toronto, I was without my starting goalkeeper Mboli, who was away on international duty, had just flew there the day before. But it was even worse the next day, when I had to play against Toronto with a good amount of players out. 1 or 2 of these players in the bench were fake players, grayed out, because I had not enough players to fill the bench, and I had none of my 2 goalkeepers. I had to play with this absolute crap of goalkeeper, because my 2 goalkeepers were out on international duty. So we had more than a week, almost 2 weeks break, when there was no reason to have a break. And finally, we start to get the matches piled up when the international duties are happening. The first match, I think I would have lost it anyway. The only difference with my usual team was that I had not the starting goalkeeper. But this one, I am sure with Mboli in the team and the other players that were out on duty, on international duty, I would have not lost this game. I would have lost it. And if I had won that game, I would not be now second behind Toronto FC, depending on them sleeping in one of the 3 remaining matches that they have that are easy for them. And we will be first of our conference and possibly have our place among the top 3 already guaranteed. As things stand, we can guarantee that in this next match, if we win and Montreal Impact and Columbus lose. And I think this first match is against Columbus. If we win this match and Montreal loses, we are for sure among the top 3 of the conference. And they play a 5-4-1. And we again have half the players, well, have not, 4 players are in international duty. And because that happened before with the both goalkeepers, that this is happening once more time, I traded for this player 60k and the rights for one youngster that I don't rate very much, because then when this happens again to screw me on my team, I will have somebody that is not utter crap in the goal. So Evan Ross there, Edu there. Neskins has started the last match. Mamadou Diarra is again on international duty. All those players were already in international duty, but this time I am more lucky than the other, and no, I am not more lucky than the other time. This time I don't have players to fill the bench again, and one of the players to have in the bench is a created player. So wonderful. So since that formation is like that, I will be filling this one and see what they have proposed. I will bring Edu down here and set him as back, playing midfield, center back. And I will do the same with Barry and see what happens. I'm going to make the changes to the formation now. And this is the final starting 11 that I am going to use. Changing Nogueira to a deep lying playmaker support, and dropping Maurice Edu to the bench because being a player that I can use either in the central defense or the midfield, I want to keep him fresh for the second half or in case of anything happening. I will also, yes, I can keep the attacking, but I will clear the team instructions. I'm not going to touch anything more from that, and from this I will see and that is all I will do. So on to the match. Almost of a boost is Federico Higuaín's absence to my chances of winning. I team will miss him, but so so their formation is rather defensive, and I will be looking at moment at speeds of the players, not very fast, though they are not especially slow. This looks like would be the creator, and this not so much. So this will be closed down always, and the wingers will be shown on their weaker foot. I will close them more. And since they have only one striker, I will add the prevent shot goalkeeper distribution. I will follow the advice from the assistant, but then make my own individual talk. And then on to the game. So it looks like that animation in which the goalkeeper seems to be running for anything but the ball. Wonderful. He's even higher up the pitch than the ball, I think. And then again, will that have been done by Mboli? I will update. Evan Bush is more of an average goalkeeper, but with the device I had left before breaking the salary cap, I couldn't get any better. I had to be waived. Oh no, it was a trade, not a waiver. At least for now, Sapong, who is in a great goal scoring record, our second best goal scorer, has taken the match to a draw. And first corner goal, since I made the changes to the setup to the set pieces instructions, but from the right side, which is not the one I was making the test about near post or long post or far post. And with that we are ahead, and it seems they are looking for long balls onto their striker, so I will be setting the striker to tighter marking. Let's see what is this goal. I'm not sure that's all that should have been allowed, but I guess Mboli could have considered that as well. So I am not going to blame that one goal on the international break. And bad luck there. And Evan Boss is looking nervous. I will follow the advice and tell Evan Bush that there's no pressure for him. To Zenon Williams that I'm not happy. It's the third match that he's been poor. He's been poor lately, has a bad run of form. I had set him in the bench for the last two matches. I think I will play it safe and bring it Gaddis there with a defense duty and Maidana with an attacking duty as a winger. And see if there's better luck in this half. They've gone quite more attacking now. And a wonderful own goal, yes. And Regal Neo Cocker gets injured. I will switch back to the original formation. Sapong, Gadit, Sapong, Moreira, Carroll, and Maurice do there. Well, let's see what happens now. Considering one game would be not unlikely being conceded by Emboli, I'm blaming this second defeat on the international duty. I'm not looking at chance again. Damn, if that player attacking the far post had not moved, then he would have been able to head it or shot it into goal. And we might be losing to be in the first three matches because that stupid thing with the international breaks, and possibly a bug that I will be reporting. It's highly annoying. And these 32 shots, really, seriously, 32 shots plus 11 by Columbus, 43 shots in a whole match. I don't think that is even close to being realistic. So at least it's possibly acceptable as a statistic for a rare match, once per season as at tops. But what is really annoying is when I see screenshots and the like showing up to 60, 70, 80 shots total in the whole match. So this will be all for today. I will be back with the last match of the regular season.